Well, now you're talking all over it. That was Steadyophonics. That was Steadyophonics' new single. It's
School movie star.
They're learning. They're coming on well, those fellas.
Out on the 9th of
They're
February.
doing well. The lessons are working. We have with us, ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't be happier, Mr. Dirk Benedict. You will know him from Battlestar Galactica.
I'm so glad I'm Dick.
And, what's this with Dirk? What is Dirk?
Dirk's a real name. It was given to me by my father, my mother. I got on the phone when I was out in the studio listening.
I suspect
you fun of that name, and I said,
Dirk.
He
was an unwanted accident. That's what he was. He was an unwanted child, and they said, we don't care.
I was born a Dick, and then I became a Dirk.
You and me both. So, we'll stick with Dirk then, if you prefer.
Liz, I prefer Dirk because if we say Dick, nobody, they'll really wonder why you're talking to me.
You're talking yourself up there. Dirk, was it Ninhauna? What was it?
Yeah, very good. Oh, you do research on this show.
Ninhauna?
So you have people that help you or something?
See, if it's a foreign name, we'll allow that.
It's Nieuwenhuiner. No, Nievener. My real name, my last name is actually artificial.
Right, so
which I always thought affected my acting a little bit, but
Dirk,
I was a better actor when I was doing Hour. I was much more. I was like Schwarzenegger, Schwarzenegger, and even I could have been really big.
Could have been a contender.
But I could have been. But Benedict got a little lightweight and a little silly and a little shallow and a little superficial, which is what I am today.
Don't do yourself down like that.
I got it off a menu. I was just telling somebody out while I was waiting for you to have me on it. That I got it off a menu. Eggs Benedict.
I love Eggs Benedict.
Do you? Mm. Yeah, I do too. Well, I used to. I don't eat it anymore now that I'm.
You don't eat it anymore?
I watch my dad. No, I don't eat any animal food. I haven't eaten animal food since about Thursday.
I'm on the cusp.
You're on the cusp? Are you on the cusp?
I'm thinking of giving up on the meat.
Oh, you got to read I wrote a book years ago called The Confessions of a Kamikaze Cowboy.
Okay.
A year to write the book, a year to come up with the title, and it's about I got about 30 years ago I quit eating all animal food,
right? Including fish as well.
I eat fish. Okay. Are they an animal?
Well, yeah. Of course.
Are they? They're yeah.
Of course, they're animals.
But like me. I started.
I didn't do it for emotional or sentimental reasons. I don't mind killing animals or blooding animals.
You probably quite enjoy that, I imagine.
I actually kind of like going out every now and then and blowing away
with
a living creature and prove that I'm still the superior species. Because I'm a divorced guy with low self-esteem, so I'll take any chance I get.
A lot of anger,
a little bit of hostility.
Okay, so why did you give up? If it wasn't for sentimental reasons, was it philosophical? Or was this?
It began, I was not feeling well, and eventually was diagnosed with cancer. And I was quite young. I was young. As
no,
are you.
You can't leave us hanging. You were what, 30s?
I was 30. Yeah. I was 30. I had physical problems before that.
Right.
But eventually... cancer, and then they were going to castrate me because it was prostate.
Okay.
And they didn't want it to spread, so you lowered the testosterone, so they cut off your...
No, they don't. Do they do that?
Yeah, they do. Well, they don't do that anymore.
I think maybe they just told you this.
It's like it's like bloodletting. They don't do that anymore. Oh no, we don't do that anymore. Orchiectomy, it's called.
Did they actually cut them off, or just put a rubber band like?
They were going to let me take them home in a jar. I said, couldn't I keep them? Could I keep them? They said, yes, in a jar. But you won't
imagine what that would have fetched on eBay.
Jeez, now that you mentioned, one, I could give up one.
For a Battlestar Galactica fan, that's the trophy.
If things get really tough.
Hey, hold on a second.
But, I'm here because...
Stop laughing, Andy, will you?
I'm not laughing.
What's wrong with you?
I thought it was an episode of Battlestar Galactica.
What's wrong with you? Where do you get off laughing at this?
No, we shouldn't laugh about
Dirk, do you believe he's laughing at your cancer?
No, at my manhood. He's laughing about my manhood. Anyway, so I stumbled into Oriental medicine. It's a long journey, which I tell in the book, and... gave up a lot of refined foods, So junk food. So I don't eat junk food.
So you eat healthy. You eat natural.
I eat natural.
Okay, and it's working for you because you're how old are you?
Oh, well, I was born in 45. Let's let people do math.
Okay, born in 45.
I don't have any.
So he's just about to turn the big 60.
Yeah, about 60.
Just about to turn 60. You look doesn't he look incredible for 60? Unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, that lovely makeup part. Why do you do makeup for radio, by the way?
We don't.
You're wearing loads of it, and I said, yeah, I'll take it.
Now, you see what he's doing there. He's confusing people.
Do people know? I do. No, but I will say you're very well attired.
Yes.
You don't have to be in. Are you doing something later? Are you doing TV?
Is this a date we're setting up now? I know we've got to figure out quickly. We're talking about your private. I know. See, this is how Americans work. He thinks I'm keen on him. He thinks I'm sweet on him. I'm walking out with someone already, I'll have you know. We've talked about your book, but the book, as far as I know, is not available. We can't get it. We can't sell it. We can't promote it.
It's not here. I'm here for the DVD.
Well, let's talk about this in a minute, because I want to talk about Battlestar Galactica, because I remember it most fondly. Because because it had, and this was, I think, a lovely thing about the series. It had Lorne Greene in it, of course.
Yeah, it did.
I grew up as a little and watching him on Bonanza, so many people remember from that.
Yeah.
And then he turned up in space as well. So this was kind of Bonanza in space, wasn't it? Really?
It was a bit.
Yeah.
And it was a family show.
He had his sons as well in this.
I was not one of the sons, but he did. He had a son and then a grandson in the show, and he played. He was Lorne Greene. He was that father figure.
Yeah.
He said, "Come on, everything will be all right. We'll get in the covered wagon and it'll be
I
good.
seem to
we'll go to Earth.
But I recall that even in the future, even in space, they had him in like a sort of Hessian, sort of like it was a sackcloth kind of outfit.
Yeah. Well, we were all in sackcloth.
I guess they thought he's a country guy. He won't look good in the kind of silver suit. No one will buy Lorne Greene.
No, and he kept wanting to wear the sombrero. We said, "No, this is science fiction, George."
Do they have sombreros in space?
No, well, he wanted to bring one because he thought it would bring forward his fans from Bonanza to Battlestar Galactica. In retrospect, it may have been right.
Yeah, but the show did well, didn't it?
Away.
It did well, the show. It was a big hit.
It did well, not well enough. It did. It was a very controversially canceled show in the States.
How long did it run for?
1 year is all.
No way.
There's only the 26 episodes which are on these DVDs, which is why I'm here, because I had these made myself personally, these DVDs. This is what I do now for a living. I had all these made.
Handcrafted.
And it's a beautiful, handcrafted.
That's the German coming out.
Yeah, right. Handcrafted, Han Solo. On Monday, which is January 12th, these will be in your neighborhood store.
What a handsome box set as well.
Oh.
Give it back. Thank you.
It is.
But no, really.
It is. The packaging is absolutely spectacular. And that box that you're holding comes in a Cylon, in the face of the Cylons. Do you remember the Cylons?
The Cylons were your bad guys. They looked kind of like, they were robotic, weren't they? They had flashing lights in the front.
Yes, and of course now everybody would envy them because they never aged. They had that super tight steel skin that never showed a wrinkle, which is everybody's fantasy.
You can go out in the sun, it doesn't matter.
Right?
Yeah.
What? You can do what?
I think we've confused each other now. Yeah. He's still after a date. That's what it is.
Talking at each other.
Well, let's have some more music.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, we'll find a way of talking so we're not talking over each other.
Okay. I haven't done much radio, so I'm
but you know what's nice?
I'm learning.
You're enthusiastic.
Yeah.
You're
little
clean.
too, huh?
You're clean. You're well shaven.
That's right. I showed up on time.
You're ticking all the boxes, Dirk. I wouldn't worry about it. You're playing the game. Please don't. Once again, I say don't be down on yourself.
Can I come back?
You can come back whenever you want.
Okay.
Let's have another track.
Let's have it.
What are we going to play?
I'm going to go for the Kings of Leon because you like them.
The Beach Boys are no longer with us. Yeah. That was my generation, the Beach Boys. I like that.
Here's the thing for you, Dirk. We're gonna bring you up into the modern age.
Something from bring me forward.
Well, we played the Beach Boys.
I have children. I have boys.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let's play this.
Can we talk about them? Oh no.
Well, if you want to. This is the Kings of Leon. They like it. I think you'll like it too, fella.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. I'd say they're one of the best bands working today.
Yep,
the Kings of Leon. Did you enjoy that?
I did enjoy that.
Good.
Enormously.
You see, we're bringing you back down to the young folk here.
I was listening to it in the loo.
Half-heartedly. You're multitasking. That's what you're doing
at my age, everything is half-hearted at my age.
Battlestar Galactica, 25 years ago.
25 years.
That's unbelievable. Do you find that hard to...
I do. I find it staggering. And it's a mixed blessing. In one way, it's wonderful and nice. In another way, it's like being forced to look at your yearbook from when you were in school days and go, what happened to your hair? I thought your hair was long. Your hair's not blonde.
Well, you still have plenty of hair, but it was blonde back then, so presumably that was a dye job.
It was. I had a lot of different jobs. Dye job was one of them. Yeah.
Okay,
I was a dye job, and it started off as I spent a lot of time in the sun.
Right. So it was.
And I had this girlfriend at the time. This is the true story. She said, "Oh, you put lemon in your hair. We used to be at the beach. You put lemon in your hair."
Yeah. Wasn't this? You put flowers in your hair back then? Wasn't that what they did?
You put lemon in your hair, and your hair goes blonde. And I didn't care. I just thought she was cute as hell. I'll do the things she wanted. So I put it, and it did. And then I got this job, and my hair was blondish when I started, and they loved it. So when I would go, they would never let me go back to my natural color.
Because the other guy in Battlestar, the other younger, good-looking guy, not as good-looking as you. What was his name?
No, not as young.
Not as good-looking, not as young.
Not quite as talented either. Do you think? I was quite. Yeah.
When you were on screen. You didn't look anywhere else, okay? When he was on screen, people were checking out the furniture. Let's be honest.
Oh, Richard.
Who was that? Richard Hatch.
Richard.
I can't even remember his name. And yet you were the blondie guy.
Richard and I had problems because Richard's a little bit... he was the star of the show, really. I was just one of the other guys, and then I came along, and he was very serious about the show, and I always had a good time. I was on the show the way I am here with you. I had fun.
You fooled around.
I fooled around.
Yeah,
I was always joking, and it was all very serious business to him. So
because he was worried the Cylons really were going to attack, maybe.
Yeah.
See, maybe he thought your show was a kind of an advance warning to the people of Earth, and then you're fooling around, and he's saying, "Look, one of these days these guys are going to come. We need to get them ready with the Hessian sharks. We want to get the wagons round up so we can wagon. Whoa!" The Cylons weren't the most convincing.
They weren't
looking space creatures, I don't think. To be honest,
maybe that was the weak part.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they weren't bad. It was a sort of Star Wars thing, really, wasn't it? I think they were saying they had the stormtroopers or whatever they called. What were they called? Oh, we've got to go to the news.
Why do we? Oh, at the same time,
there's a guy called Colin outside. He gets furious. He's like a Cylon.
Yeah,
he's got a flashing red head.
Those are the guys that keep the wheels turning. Those are the guys that keep us folks from having too much fun.
Well, let's go to the news, and then we'll have some more fun afterwards.
We'll get back. Okay, great.
88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC. You like that, Dirk?
Yeah, I did.
David Bowie. You see, everyone likes David Bowie. No one does not like David Bowie.
Why is that?
Because David Bowie is great. It was his birthday.
He's got a knack.
He's got
there's a genius in that. But I said less is more. I like the way it was produced. It's very simple. You said it's because they couldn't do it any more complicated.
I don't think they could multi-track as much.
Yes, you did. And you kind of embarrassed me in front of some of the people here.
You see, you embarrassed yourself. It was his birthday this week. David Bowie's birthday.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was January the 8th. I think is his birthday, if I'm correct.
You should know. Well, you speak to him often.
No.
Are you close?
No, well, not as close as we should be.
No, I know.
Let's put it this way, not as close as he'd like. Dirk Benedict is with us, ladies and gentlemen. That's the other voice you hear there. You will remember, if you have long memories, from Battlestar Galactica.
If you have long memories.
Well, that's a long time ago.
I know it's bloody long. I know.
But more recently...
it would be nice, what if you do? Do you think 25 more years from now I'll be able to come back here and see you?
I strongly hope I'm not.
Talk about it. Do you hope you're not sitting in that chair doing that?
There'll be some young snot-nosed pretender. Speaking of snot-nosed, I apologise for the noise I'm making.
Yeah.
I thought
this was your radio voice.
No, I've got this thing going on. I came down with something after Christmas. The day before I hadn't interviewed Tom Cruise. Can you believe that? How unjust is that? I sat there sweating and snotting all over the place. I don't know where is this mucus coming from? It's like just like a horn of plenty in my nose at the moment. It's just flowing out like a river.
Can you say mucus on the radio?
If you need some sauce, give me a call.
I thought mucus was a word you can't say.
Why would you not be able to say mucus?
Mucus is...
I think
it's an orifice.
If you proceed it with the word rectal, you might have a problem. But I think if it's coming from the nose, there isn't a problem there.
Rectal and mucus don't go together.
Don't keep saying it now.
I like those are two.
You're a guest in our land. I really wouldn't push your luck, Dirk. Dirk Benedict, ladies and gentlemen, was also in the 80s.
By the way, I'm making a public appearance today. I'm going
Never mind that. Hold on. Okay. Just hold your horses. Just calm down. You're a man that's almost 60. Just calm down. Start acting your age. Now listen. Dirk Benedict was in the A-Team as well. You played the face.
I did.
That was the best part in the A-Team, apart from maybe George Peppard's part.
What about Mr. T?
No, who wanted to be Mr. T? He was like a cartoon character.
Didn't they?
Yeah, you just make me feel good. You said I was the best part in Battlestar, and I'm the best part in the A-Team.
Well, you wanted to be Mr. T probably because you've got a similar build.
Right, yeah.
I pitied a fool.
And haircut, yeah.
He never wanted to go on a plane. Why did he not want to go on a plane?
Because it was funny.
Well, that was just silly.
It was silly.
I ain't going to go on no plane.
I don't know. Sucker, oh, man, I can't go on that plane. Oh,
now, Andy, your turn. Let's see, you're Mr. T.
Ain't going on a plane.
I ain't gonna go no plane. I ain't gonna go no plane.
You know, the funny thing is that he was monosyllabic on the show, and off the show he was
eloquent.
He never
eloquent.
Shut up.
I believe he quoted Wordsworth. He was a beautiful public speaker.
He was beautiful.
An encyclopedic knowledge of Renaissance poetry. And in fact, now it goes out.
He's written books on it, actually. Public speaking by Mr. T.
I used to have an album by Mr. T in which he said, "Let's help defeat tooth decay."
Right.
And it was Mr. T, and it was a picture of Mr. T on the front punching a tooth. Now that's the sort of album they don't bring out anymore.
That's now out in anthology, the collected works of Mr. T.
Not out in CD, nothing.
Yeah.
Was that fun?
He does spiritual work now.
It looks like it was fun to do, I would imagine.
It was fun. Not as much fun as doing this show, but...
but no one took
it was because they're all mad. They were all very distinct personalities and very outrageous, and and we were showed the shot on location, so we were not in the studio. We were not around the suits.
Yeah,
those little people are sitting out there watching you right now. Make sure you
hang on a second. They're nice folks.
You have two beautiful women actually. There, the truth is, I don't know.
Well, now you're just being stupid now.
I know. That's why.
That's just insane.
That's why I'm a
crazy man talking.
I know. Yeah.
You know what's happening?
Mr. T.
Fiona and Christy, they're not bad for their age, but because he's turned 60.
Yeah.
As you get older, it's like a sliding scale. Your standards go down. I mean, they're fine if you like bingo wings.
You put up with it. Oh my God! Yeah. You must be very secure. You must have a lot of ladies in your life. Are you married,
Dirk? Is that?
I don't mean to get.
I am married. Is that a cashmere top you're wearing?
It is.
It's tucked into your trousers. What's going on there? No, I haven't seen anyone tuck a jumper in since haircut 100.
I wanted to show off my waistline.
You're very slim for your age.
And I thought, if I leave it hang out, they'll think I'm hiding. I don't let it hang out anymore.
Do you
when I was young, but
do you work out?
I don't work out.
How do you keep it?
I chop wood. I have a life in Montana, which I could write a book about. I got a log cabin, and I got wood heating and wood cooking. I live very rustic.
Very simple.
Like Wordsworth did. And I chop a lot of wood, and I have a chainsaw. I kill trees. I chop them. I stack them. I do it. So, and I shovel snow. And it's very. And my kids. I have two young boys. We play soccer and basketball and ski, and so I'm very physically active. But I kind of make fun of people that go to the gyms and just ride those bikes.
Well, you see, if you don't have to do it, then don't do it. And imagine living.
It's like masturbation. I want sex to be connected with something, and I want exercise to be connected with something practical.
I don't want it to be. Come on this show and criticise the love of my life.
You said mucus and lowered the standards.
How dare you? How dare you?
I knew you were self-involved, but
every day for the past 25 years. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of self-gratification. And also, it keeps my tennis wrist supple.
I'm going to play a record.
Why?
I'll tell you who Dirk reminds me of.
We're just getting going.
He's going to do 25 minutes on the word. I struck a chord.
Oh, hang on, he's still talking. You know who he reminds me of,
Who?
Dirk? Rich Hall. He's got that. He's from Montana. He's got the same look.
He's from, I don't know, Rich Hall's from Montana?
He's got a place in Montana.
I think he lives there.
He's got a place.
He's from there initially.
Having a place and being from are two different things.
Can I point out what's happening?
No, I could have a place in London, but I would never be from London.
Let me explain what's going on here. Andy is making a connection because he knows one other American. Really, what's happening here is showing off.
Desperately trying to.
In a minute, he's going to say, "Have you heard of someone called George Bush?"
I'm trying to deflect.
I've seen him on TV.
I'm trying to deflect from you and your wrist movement.
We can talk about masturbation on the show. There's nothing wrong with talking about masturbation on the show.
No.
There are children out there, and if they don't know about it already, then now's the time their parents should tell them.
Then they're living lonely lives.
If you don't get a partner, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Life's not going to be as bleak as you think. There's a little thing that, here's a flick book, go away and study, come back when you
can always,
don't thank me now, thank me later.
You can have multiple partners, in one.
Exactly.
So,
I just want to point out these tissues are here for me to blow my nose, by the way, Dirk.
You're getting a little moist.
Have a look at that. What's going on inside me?
I told the big,
yeah.
I'll have a bat.
This is the kind of, this is very kind of A-team sort of stuff.
This is the stroke.
This is the theme for my next TV show, which we're going to talk about in the next segment.
I thought I could talk. That's the Strokes.
Yeah.
Another one of the best new bands at the moment. There's no doubt about that. They're fantastic. That's Reptilio, I believe.
Yeah, and it's out on Monday.
They're a great band. I love the Strokes. Did you like that, Dirk? Did you enjoy that? Were you listening to that? Are you okay, Dirk?
Lost my headphones.
I
did. I love that. I like that. In fact, the best song that you played since I've been here.
Well, no, you don't have to say that. Now you've broken their headphones.
I've broken their headphones. Well, what'd you pay about £2 for these?
Well, you see, I like that. He's trying to get English there.
I know.
He's the next Van Dyke.
Oh, blimey.
Oh, blimey.
Dirk, hang on.
Okay.
Dirk, if you want to meet Dirk today, and why wouldn't you? Because we've enjoyed your company very much. No, go to MVC. It's a big record store, I believe, in London Bridge, here in London. If you're in the London area, he's there from 12:15 onwards. Presumably, he's signing copies of the Battlestar Galactica box set.
I'm there from 12:15 to 12:18, and I'm going to sign as many autographs as I'm going to sign the box set of this beautifully done DVDs of Battlestar Galactica.
Are you a single man now? You're a single man.
I'm a single man.
So if
I'm trying to get a date for tonight too.
Well,
actually.
Well, I know. And
I'm
busy.
That's the whole point of. Yeah, I know. Well,
if a lady comes down with the right look, the right approach, the right kind of healthy attitude,
she comes down with anything but a cold, I'll go.
I can only apologise.
No, if she would, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Would you find a young lady? Would you say, come on, if someone came to you, if it was a fan, for example, would you be...
Oh, sure. Yeah. I only date fans.
It's like a guarantee.
It's right. Why would I? Otherwise, I'm going to have to get to know them. I'm going to have to maybe a really expensive dinner. This way, I've got 25 years of wooing.
I admire A, your pragmatism, B, your superficiality. In my book, that's a great combination.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica, the box set is out now. It's 25 years, the complete series. I'm going to watch that with my son. I bet he'll enjoy that.
He will.
I bet he will. And also, Sky TV over here, there's a new Battlestar Galactica
There's a new one,
series.
right, which is going to be on Sky in February.
I've heard it's not very good.
It's not very good. I'm not in it.
Yeah, I've heard it's not as good because they've updated it and they've made it a bit more serious, I believe, a bit gloomy.
Yeah, it's no longer, speaking of Lauren Green,
dystopian.
it's no longer a family show. Yeah. Barry, what did you say?
Dystopian. Are you familiar with that word?
Dystopia.
Have you not heard dystopia? You must have heard.
I have heard
It's essentially the opposite of utopia.
God, I should know that.
Yeah, it's an easy
dystopia. I like that. Yeah, it is dystopian.
If you have a dystopian view of the future, then
that's sort of what's sort of happened in America anyway. Is very dystopian. Everything is always messed up. It's always about how terrible.
Let's not overuse it. I know it's a new word, but let's not just try and shoehorn it in everywhere. What are you doing this evening? I've got a dystopian date lined up. You can't just use it randomly now.
We've used a lot of big words so far on this show. I like that.
Unctuous.
That's good.
Unctuous.
Anxious.
Unctuous.
Unctuous. I know.
That's a great word.
Yeah,
that defines Robert Kilroy Silk.
You would know that word.
It's oily.
I know.
Are you familiar
that
with
box of Kleenex you keep close to you? I would. Unction. Unctuous is a word that rolls easily.
Well, you've had teenage boys. You must be familiar with tissues over the floor when you go in the morning.
Oh God!
It's like a crispy carpet some days.
Yeah, I know. The sap is rising.
Dirk Benedict.
But in the new show, it's.
I'm just going to keep saying your name. Do you still though?
It's not a name that gets mentioned a lot anymore.
Not often enough in my book.
No.
We've very much enjoyed having you here. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I'm toast. It's been great. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for making me feel so special.
Well, really, you are special.
No.
We're all special in our own little way.
Yeah.
Even Andy.
Yeah. No, it's been great fun.
So you're off to sign autographs now.
I'm going to go there wherever you said I was going to be. I'm going to in fact show up.
Right, let me remind you.
Mr. T,
you're going to MVC London Bridge, okay?
London Bridge.
Okay, just tell a cabbie London Bridge and look for the words MVC. That's where you're going to be.
And then
12:15.
And then
look for the queue of women now, probably many of them with deep dysfunctional problems. Looking for an easy target.
Dystopian views and no mucus. That's what I want.
That's already, I think, you're ahead of the game.
That's basically it, right.
Dirk, how lovely to see you. How long are you in the country for before you go home?
I'm here till middle of next week.
Okay, so there's a chance that something could happen. Romance could blossom.
You never know.
It'll be lovely.
I could find the next ex-Mrs. Benedict.
Would you report back if you find someone?
I shall ring you up.
If you get lucky tonight, give us a call next week.
I'll give you a call.
We want a blow by blow.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
Dirk, leave those pictures as well.
Those are yours.
We will give away later on the show a Battlestar Galactica box set as a prize, which I wouldn't mind you signing, and we've got some signed photographs of Dirk.
Right, yeah.
Back in his glory days here. Look at that.
My glory days, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. I'm actually a better person now today than I was then.
Yeah, you might be more handsome on inside.
That picture almost glows. What is it?
You know what that is? Hairspray.
Yeah.
You're wearing too much hairspray.
It's unctuous. It's really...
Dirk, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
How lovely to have met you.
Yeah.
What a nice fella.
I'm trying to find a way of pressing the button.
Well, just use your finger.
I know, but both of you keep talking.
Well, just use your finger.
Just close your eyes, lay back, and push the button.
That's it.
That's done it.
Nicely done.